600 years after Rome's collapse, a village wakes the same way it has for generations. No coin in sight, and none needed, yet. Rome ran on currency. This world doesn't. Oil for cheese, wool for nails. Trade here means carrying something to trade, not just money to spend. Without coin, value shifts to something you can't put in a pocket. Land, labor, and loyalty. Peasants don't pay rent. They pay with their backs and a share of the harvest. When danger came, people didn't run to a bank. They buried what little silver they had in the ground and hoped to come back for it. Some never did. In 2015, a metal detectorist named James Mather found one of those buried hoards in an English field, over 1,000 years after it was hidden. It's called the Watlington Hoard. It's real, and it's still here. In 1324, one man's journey to Mecca would ripple across 3 continents. Mansa Musa, ruler of Mali, controlled nearly half the world's gold supply. Along the way, he gave gold away, to the poor, to strangers, to anyone he passed, not out of carelessness, out of abundance most of the world couldn't imagine. By the time he reached Cairo, the damage was done. So much gold flooded the market that its value collapsed. Prices in Egypt stayed depressed for over a decade. Mali's own coins didn't survive the centuries, but the evidence of how they were made did. In 2005, archaeologists excavating the ancient trade city of Tudmekka uncovered the molds themselves, proof of a mint operating at a scale most of the medieval world couldn't match. In Baghdad, scholars weren't just preserving knowledge, they were expanding it, translating Greek philosophy and inventing algebra in the same courtyard. By the 9th century, Baghdad's population passed 1 million people. It wasn't just the largest city on earth, nothing else came close. London wouldn't reach that size for another 800 years. This wasn't an isolated capital. Silk from China, spices from India, silver from Central Asia, Baghdad sat at the center of a trade network spanning 3 continents. While Europe struggled without coin and Baghdad moved silver by the ton, one civilization solved the problem differently. They stopped using metal money altogether. Song China printed the world's first government-backed paper currency, Jiaozi. Not a promise scratched on parchment, an actual circulating currency centuries before Europe would attempt the same. A folded piece of paper worth exactly what a handful of silver was worth, because the state stood behind it. No original Jiaozi note survives today. The paper simply didn't last, but its direct descendant did. This Ming Dynasty banknote, held in the British Museum, was found in 1936, hidden in a wall outside Beijing. The same idea, carried forward, still holding its shape 600 years later. 4 regions, 1 century, 4 completely different worlds. Collapse, abundance, scale, and innovation, all happening at once. There was no single dark age. There were only the stories Europe told about everyone else. In 1453, Constantinople fell, but its fall did more than end an empire. It changed the world's trade routes and forced Europe to search for a new way east. What followed would launch an age of exploration and reshape the world forever.